Paper Mario the Origami King is a game that stole my heart during the pandemic, and I bought this day 1. And I played the game so much day 1, I got to the picnic road in the first day. Now, what I'm about to say surprised me, but today it's the anniversary of Paper Mario Origami King. It came out today, July 17, 2020, and time goes flying. I still remember getting chills every time I saw the trailer. It was so good. And now the moment you've been waiting for, a review to Paper Mario Origami King. Does this game live to the hype? Is it as good as I remember? Or is it just a mediocre one on Paper Mario like the last two? Let's find out. Today we'll go through 5 things. 1. The main adventure. 2. Graphics. 3. Gameplay. 4. Extras. 5. The conclusion. So let's start with the main adventure, aka the only game mode. We begin with a nice little cutscene that takes us to Peach. And after a quiz that made me laugh for how accurate it is, but despite me answering everything positive, I still entered the dungeon and met some peculiar companions that died. I mean, they didn't die per se, but I'm pretty sure they died in the way through. And now we're ready to another mechanic, the 1000 fold arms, to save our partner in this story, Olivia. Okay, imagine Navi, but she's 80% less annoying. She's 10% fun, 5% useful, and 5% interesting. Olivia, everyone, and we meet the most controversial part of the game, aka the battle system. The battle system, in my opinion, is pretty creative and fun, but right now we're gonna talk about the story. So no battle system for now. Get away from my house. And after that, we meet Ollie, the auto-proclaimed king. King Ollie, who's the main villain of this game. Say what? An original character that isn't a stupid Bowser? This is the best Paper Mario in existence right now. Just along 64, and speaking of 64, this game is very similar to 64. They show you the battle system and then you get lost, but before that, this cutscene is really amazing. Yeah. So after we're in the forest, aka the Whispering Woods, and we are another mechanic, the confetti, we meet this tree named Old Sap, who dies. What's with that in this game? And get to this barbecue, where there's more toads. But wait, another mechanic, saving the toads. And instead of beating toads, we unfold toads that help us in battles and give us coins each time you free them. And then you get out of the barbecue, you encounter Toad Town. And after saving Toad Town, you need to go to Peach's castle. And how will you do that? Well, Mario's a plumber, so the sewers of course. And then boom, Peach's castle, and boom again, Luigi. And now you go to one of the most beautiful parts of the game, Picnic Road. I love these parts. It has a great environment with great music, characters, and interesting first bosses. In order to beat the red streamer, you need to get to this tower with dirt. So you need the Earth Elemental's power to take this tower down. In order to enter it, you need to collect these stones. And once you do that, fight! And once you do that, fight again! And once you do that, you are treated to one of the best insane characters that existed in a Paper Mario game. Hands down, the myth, the legend, himself, Bobby the Bow freaking arrives. Now, if you play the game, you'll recognize this theme. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the song I use for credits, because it's perfect in so many ways. It's funny, it ends just at the right time, it's not too long, it's perfect. Now, I'm gonna talk about this on extras, but the music slaps. But enough about music. After a hilariously comical discussion, he joins your party, and after this, the game shows you it's worth the $60. Well, in my case. Of course, now, everyone who hasn't finished the game, or doesn't have it, or wants to buy it, spoilers are ahead. And if you don't want to know more, go to the description for timestamps. Ready? I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay, if you play the game, stick with me. Cause, well, if you play the game, you already know what's gonna happen. But the story. After you meet Bobby, you have certain times where you rescue him. You enter the Water Elemental Temple, where you fight. Cool, right? Yes. And after that, you need to fill this river. That's why you destroyed a mythical beast, damn it. So after a song from a toad, you get to the Nintendo World. Japanese cheap edition. aka Shogun Studios. Now, this is my absolute favorite part of the game. Everything goes so perfect. The humor, it's at its max, same with graphics, level design, characters, music, and references. And I think people give that credit to Shogun Studios. But in reality, it slaps. When you first enter, it's a ghost, hey like me, town, and you need to do and go to certain parts of the park, with games, mazes, and some fun gags here and there. And you enter this theater with the Elastic Entertainer, the Rubber Band, or just Rubber Band, who I believe is a great boss in showing the mechanic of the 1000-fold arms. Fun fact, this boss got me my first game over, and after you beat it, so you beat it, and Bobby gets his memory back. Oh. But that cute motion lasts about 3 minutes, because after that, Olivia, boom, is dead. So happy ending, right? No. No, but seriously, what's wrong with this game? Why doesn't it have the 10% rating in the box? More than 5 characters have died in the game, in just the first 3 hours. Bobby and Mario go to save her, but Bobby knows just how. So they get on a boat, they go on Toad Town, and go directly to a boat called Princess Peach, which is more like a cruise, who got captured by a blooper from Paper Mache. This is actually a real-time battle like in Super Paper Mario, so a couple jumps and hits, boom, you beat it. And then this is where the game caught me off guard, because Bobby decides to take the bravest decision he could take. He decides to explode in order to clear the rock and save Olivia. Why didn't you guys just go buy firecrackers at Shogun Studios? No, but seriously, this game has a lot of dying, so stick with me. And after a couple of tears later and a heartwarming sequence, we now meet the desert and the beautiful Sniffit City, with great lights, music, and characters. But we get to the desert and this place is a pretty beautiful one. But this time on the desert is at night. But not because it's at night, because there's no sun. So you need to find the sun. For plot device and to make the hour like 6 more hours long. So you need to find a Professor Toad, who knows all about that. And when you fight a giant pokey, like the blooper, you find a professor. I need to dig certain pieces in order to take these towers. Turn to a certain point and you encounter the Fire Elemental's temple. And fight! After that you need to enter this place to fight. The best boss in the game, hands down, Hole Punch. But I'm not gonna spoil the fight, because it's that good. So after the fight, a place in the start of the desert opens, where you find Captain Toad, who wants to go to Toad Town, so you go there, because you go there. And apparently he wants his submarine back, that was in the museum, and so after a deal, you take it, with the boat you had earlier, and you sail to the next area, the Great Sea. And I love this place. Also like I love Shogun Studios, and the desert, and Picnic Road. It gives you so much exploration and nice music to go along with. So you need to look after some islands, to find other islands, and then you find Luigi with the key you needed, which is a running gag in the game. So now you dive to a certain place and find the Diamond Island, with certain tests you need to do. But first, you need to go to the Ice Elemental's temple and fight it, to finish all the tests to get certain orbs, to get into the door of the Sea Tower. Once you get to the top, you find Tape and fight it. Yes! Tape is an actual boss in this game, and I must say, a pretty hard one too. And you ascend to the Shangri-Spa, where conveniently enough, Bowser Jr. and Kamek are there. Well, not just Bowser Jr. and Kamek, but the entire Bowser castle is there. So Jr. tries to defend it, but gets caught by scissors. Seriously, what's wrong with this game? I'm dying, God! Damn. So you need to take him certain hot tubs for him to get back to his old self. And after some adventures, a quiz show, and a jungle with a murder change-up, what's wrong with this game? Well, Junior loses his colors, and remember the quiz show I mentioned? Well, when you beat it, you get access to the rainbow pool. That's not the name, I just forgot how it's called. So after Junior's back, you fight this origami enemy, enter Bowser's castle. I'll avoid spoilers, because the important thing is scissors. So after you fight it, you get to Bowser's airship, or crash a volcano. But right up the volcano, you have Ollie's castle. Now, Ollie's in quotation marks because it was actually Peach's castle, but it got transformed into Ollie's castle, which is pretty cool, and I love this cutscene, it's amazing. So you fight your way in, fight a stapler, Bowser's back, and now you fight Ollie in the most epic battle this game has. And where I had a game over. Then Ollie explains why he did the genocide. Seriously, what's wrong with this game? And the reason is that if you use any object like glue, scissors, paper clips, staples, or anything that is in your hands, that's wrong in origami, and you are disrespecting the art. Which I think it's a better reason. The craft maker who made Ollie painted him. So it would be like he tattooed him if he was a real life baby. I know it's not the best metaphor, but I try to explain it with real life people, so yeah. But the road he was gonna be the best king. Oh, so he was a king. Huh. But Olivia wishes for everything that was folded by Ollie to go back as paper. So Olivia dies. If someone else dies in this game, I'll quit. And everyone goes back to life. Well, not everyone. Bobby's still dead. Same with Olivia and Ollie. But almost everyone who was turned into origami went back to life. So, plus with cons, I guess, in the Mushroom Kingdom. And Peace is back once again. Now, sure, this story is not a masterpiece, but I think it's long enough to give the game a purpose. I also enjoy the more in-depth the game actually gives you, but doesn't tell you like so openly. Like, if Bowser heard Kamek, he could get Peach. Or how a lot of the Japanese culture is in the game. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's a good story, I enjoyed it, and it has a little lore. Well, that was long. Now something more short. Next is graphics. Yeah, they look good. The paper looks very real, and this realistic water is awesome. I also enjoyed the things like the stapler, the scissors, and developmental fights. So yeah, I think for a Switch game, even in handheld mode looks good. So I think it deserves the 10 out of 10. Congratulations graphics, you earned it. Now on gameplay we will touch the battle system. But first the movement. Moving in the game feels good. The jump is fair, same with the hammer, and the real-time battles are indeed good and fun. The vehicles also feel polished and not clunky or hard to control. Also the HD vibration is awesome in this game. And now, the battle system. You see, I don't have a problem with this system, despite having problems, but I like the idea of make the puzzle fight the enemies. But about that, you make the puzzle and fight the enemies. You see, you can give the Toads money for them to order the enemies or put some money on the time. But if you give the Toads all your money, they will do the puzzle for you, give you items and heal you, and then you just need to pick your weapons and finish the battle. Now, sure, 999 coins is a big number, but you get coins on this game pretty easily. So you could indeed pass the entire game with just giving Toads coins. Now, boss battles on the other hand give you a visualization of how the path will go with the Toads money, but you still need to spin the rings. Now, it might not be the best battle system, but I still think it's a pretty creative one, and I'm glad to see more of it. So this part gets 8 out of 10. Extras. Well, 100%ing the game is not that short to complete, but it depends on abilities. You need to find certain things like trophies, enemies, achievements in order to complete 100%. And I just missed 2 achievements. The Air River, All Coins Run, and Shy Guys Finish Last. I have mostly not done them for being lazy, so maybe I'll do it, who knows. And the music is amazing. So, and apparently, in the How Long to Beat It, Paper Mario the Origami King is the 3rd game that takes you the most. The second is Super Paper Mario, and the first game that takes you the longest is TTYD. So, interesting. Just thought I would mention that. And the music is amazing. I want to talk about this a long time ago, but the music in this game is amazing. I want to talk about something for a while, and that is the cafes, because this adventure, this part of the game is very underrated. You see, each one has a small cutscene and dialogue that can be very funny or just interesting to listen, that gives you a small details on the game. So for good post-game, yeah. But the bad thing is that when you finish the game 100%, there's no real reason to come back to the game, which is a little sad. So here I'll give it a 9 out of 10, because the game has a list to check your percentage in areas and that helps. So in conclusion, this game is worth $60. Yes, I think it deserves more attention. A lot of people underrate this game. I can see this game's problems, but that's going too deep. And summing it up, I think this game deserves on the rating chart a 9. This game is truly amazing, but it's far from perfect. I can recommend it to anyone that likes puzzles, fun dialogue, and is looking for a real adventure. Now, I know this game might not be for everyone, but personally, it was for me. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Gamer Ghost, and I say happy birthday, Paper Mario Origami King.